Where's the cue ball going?
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape! The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
When things look bad, and it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to VP4 TV. We're here on Friday, normally for Friday night 9-ball. But tonight we've got a round 3 match in the virtual, or sorry, I'll start again, the 2022 VP4 Cowboy World Championship. And we should expect a cracker between Mr. Fox, who's representing England, and Cobra, who's representing the United Kingdom. Both of them for England, but both have their choice of flags. Excuse me. Please can you review a shot I took and saved? Had a bad bug when shooting it. See what you think. It's called bug. Well, I can't do that at the moment because I'm busy, but somebody else can do it if they want. In fact, more to the point, why are you not telling Steve that? Tell Steve to go and have a look at it. The thing is that it'll be no use to him unless you've actually saved your game log before you restarted VP4, and then he can have a look at the log and see if he can find anything. Incidentally, talking to Steve, let me have a quick look. Yeah, again, no mention of whether he was coming in tonight or not. But as you can see from the screen, we've got 3 matches still in the schedule. We've got the one tonight between Fantastic Mr. Fox and Cobra, which starts in about 4 minutes' time. And Mr. Fox is in getting some practice, I believe, unless he's playing something else. I don't know, I haven't looked. And Cobra isn't here yet, but he was practicing earlier on. He was getting a game. I don't know how often he's been in today. Welcome, everybody. I've missed the names. Welcome to Simanx. Welcome to Bill. Welcome to Dwight. Welcome to Slim and anybody else that I may have missed. Well, I'm going to stick my neck on the chopping block here. I think Cobra's now at a point where the stakes have gone up. Has he learned enough during the tournament to be able to handle Mr. Fox? I don't think he has really. I think his ultra cautious play is good for scoring points and not losing them, which is good against most people on the day. This could go either way. Mr. Fox is going to be the favourite because he's probably a lot more experienced. Well, he has a lot more experience at finding shots. That's where Cobra's a bit sort of short in the shot bank, if you know what I mean. There's not enough shots in his armoury, I think, to possibly beat Mr. Fox. It's hard to say. I think it could be tight. But then again, on the other side of the coin is Mr. Fox's bottle going to hold out? Because when it comes to these big tournaments, he's been a letdown on quite a few occasions. So this is the question for both of these players tonight. I mean, Cobra's not going to blink. We know that. Mr. Fox has got the game to beat him, but how's his nerve? And when the nerves start playing in, it's a whole different ball game. He might start not playing the shots. We'll soon see that. He's now arrived. Cobra's arrived in the building. Welcome to Mark. So I'm going to stick with Mr. Fox. It could be 3-1. I think it'd be a hard push to go all the way. I think Mr. Fox would need to have a bit of a disaster. More than one disaster, I think. So I'm gonna stick with him. But bear in mind what I've said, that when it gets tight, is Mr. Fox's nerve going to hold? That's one thing I think Cobra's pretty good at. He's pretty cool as far as that goes when it gets to a tight situation. One last tab out. Right. So, no sign of Steve. He will make himself known if he's going to come in. But I'm just going to get underway once this room goes up. Well, the news was 2 days ago. This is exciting news. 2 days ago, I flushed the toilet and the water went up to the brim and it didn't go away. Now, bear in mind that it's been below freezing for about the past fortnight here. And anyway, I phoned the plumber. I phoned him up. I will get somebody out. This was at 6 a.m. yesterday morning. I was out of my bed at 5 o'clock. I will get somebody out. It was my day off. And 1 o'clock in the afternoon, nobody's there. Phone's up again. Listen, there's a problem here now. This water isn't getting away because it's backed up in the waste pipe outside. It's frozen. And water is actually seeping in onto my ceiling in the kitchen, which it was. I will get somebody out, says the girl. I said, are you sure? Because this is getting a problem. It's a big problem now. Pat over the toilet. Yeah, we'll get somebody out. Now, it was still still freezing last night. They send a guy out at 7 o'clock, pitch black. Could you do anything about it? No. He couldn't do anything about it. And then, of course, the thaw came today and everything's okay. There's so much for getting plumbers out. You get the guy out, he spends an hour clattering about in the darkness, slipping and sliding, and in the end he can do bugger all about it. So that's how I spent my day yesterday, sitting watching out the window all day, hours on end, looking out for a bloody plumber. Well, Cobra's in. That's my rant over. I don't think I'm muted. I think you need to put your volume up, Mark, on the slider. I think I'm loud and clear. Anyway, both players are in. Mr. Fox is on the right hand side of the screen. And here we go. Now, I hasten to add here, guys, when this match finishes, I'm not going to Friday Night 9 Ball. I am knackered. I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning to check my toilet bowl to see if the water was draining away. So I have had very little sleep last night, and I ain't hanging about tonight. So Cobra's won the lag. He's got the pot. He's got the carbon 1. So this is a good start. And Cobra will be taking his time, no doubt. Hang on a minute, I forgot about that, guys. Apologies. I forgot about the bloody thing. I forgot about it. What's the one I want to put up? It's that one I want to put up. VP4 TV. Just to annoy people. Welcome, Slim. Oh, I tell you. Is VP Monster hiding in the stream? He can tell you a story or two about that rack that we had earlier on this afternoon. I had one. He was playing Cobra. and Cobra went to get his dinner, and so I said I'll play one before I go and get my dinner because I had to get ready for the stream. So I played VP Monster, a game of Cowboy. Oh, I tell you, what talk about tactical genius? Just ask him. I got a run of 40, scratched, and he was in control all the way through it. He was sitting in 100, and then and then it was just the way it panned out because I think everything I said actually worked at the end of it. Why didn't he move? I had him hooked in the one ball for him trying to get out, and there was two balls stuck together, so there was an easy carom for me to start. And I said to him, I said, look, why didn't you just split those two balls up to make it difficult for me, rather than actually having a go at the one? He actually tried to get the one when he was snookered. He actually hit it, so he didn't create a foul, but he left the two balls. And wouldn't you know it, after a little bit of to and fro, he was stuck in 100 for like 10-15 minutes, and the old tactical genius pulled it out of the fire in the end. Sensational. He said you need a sensational that was the other thing about the dialogue. He said you need a sensational finish, and it was sensational. I'll tell you, I might be crap in the tournament, but I can pull off the odd good finish, and that was a good finish today. I'll tell you, he will be having regrets about some of the dialogue we were exchanging. It was funny. Of course, he'll turn my arse any other time I play him, but I got lucky this afternoon. Well, talking about getting lucky, Mr. Fox was unlucky, lost the lag, and Cobra potting the 3 ball, caroms the 1 to have an open table to start, and he's on 21. This could take a while. Good evening to Brainfill out. And the other concern I had last night was the weather was moving in through the night, and there was forecasts for 3 inches of snow. But when I got up this morning and out to the car, it was actually freezing rain, which is even bloody worse. And I mean freezing rain. I was sitting there for 10 minutes. The rain was hitting the windscreen, or the windshield, as the Americans say, and it was just freezing on the windscreen. And then, of course, the road looks wet, but it's actually all frozen rain. So you deliberately, I know what I like to do. I like to just dab the accelerator a little too much so I can get a little back end slide. Somebody looking out the window this morning was like, what the hell's that guy doing? And there's me getting the back end of the car out and sliding down the road. There's nobody about at 4 o'clock in the morning. You can make a nump to yourself. This is the other thing that's going to test Mr. Fox, the pace of Cobra. This slow and steady but sure is going to test his patience, and he has to block that out. So when he comes to the table, he can't be in a hurry to chase after him. He has to play the game. So psychologically, I think it's a big test for Mr. Fox, as well as he's pretty good at the game and can score. He has to totally blank out getting bored, sitting there waiting in his turn, because this is part of big tournament matches. You're going to come up with different types of players, and it's all going to test your patience, your nerve, and all sorts. So we'll see how things go. Right, one more tab out, and then I'm doing no more. Right, no sign of him at all, so he might be out in the golf course again. Well, the run is 32 and counting. the one thing about Cobra, and that's the thing that he's deliberately doing, is that he's trying not to do anything like I would do, where you're running the cue ball. He's very reluctant to run the cue ball, and this is what I'm saying about maybe not having one or two shots in his armoury, because there are times where you're going to have to run the cue ball if you want to be aggressive and try and stay at the table. I don't know that his tactic like this can hold out long enough. We'll soon see. I might be proved all wrong, but I just think that there'll be the odd occasion where a certain type of shot is totally reluctant to play, and it may well be good odds to get to it. But the way he's doing it works for him, and how can you be so critical when he's in 39 and still counting? It makes it interesting to watch. Oh, Stubbs. Stubbs silent. Well, he's still in good shape here. A little, I don't know how hard he wants to hit the 5 ball, because he's going to carom the 1, and he wants to try and, well, he's caromed the 3. I thought he was going to go for the 1 there. But he's fine. I mean, he can cut the 1 in, but I don't believe he wants to run into the 5. It's whether he wants to spin below the 5 and into the kitchen, or whether he wants to come out and across the table to the right above the 5 ball. Yeah, he's going below and he's missed the 5. But how is the line? The line is fine. That'll do nicely. It's all looking good at the moment. Now, the other point about the lag, as the tournament gets later and deeper into the tournament, it's so important that you win the lag, because the chances are whoever you're going to be playing is going to be scoring. If they get to break off, and you might be doing what Mr. Fox is doing right now, sitting back for 10 minutes already, twiddling his thumbs, desperate to get to the table. So, well, if he stuns, I don't know whether he can pinch a bit of an angle in this 3 ball, but if he stuns it a bit, I'm pretty certain he can get up. See, he's going to put the 5 in a spot, so he's going to stay top side of the 5, from the 5 to the 1. And he'll probably want to get rid of that 3 ball fairly quickly as well. Well, I can do that now and stay up top. I don't think he wants to be running this cue ball. I think he'll just drop this in dead weight and stay up there. He won't go 3-5. 5-1 is the much more safer shot. Not that I'm aware of, Mark. I'm too busy watching the game. No, I've never. Put it this way, I've never seen a coupon code for VP4 anywhere, and I think that's just an optical delusion that Steve's put on the website, or put on the actual page. I mean, I'm all for pensioner discounts. Now he's in trouble. So the run is 63. But he's potted the 3 to stay at the table. Problem now is he's got a slightly more testy force follow. Needs to get the 3 ball out of the way. The line looks reasonably good though at distance. And he doesn't want to double kiss the 5. And he's missed it. And that's caught him out there at distance, but it's a good start for Cobra. And that immediately asks the question of Mr. Fox. What can you come up with in response? And we'll see how his patience has been tested, because that was 15 minutes there for 66. Welcome to repetition. Yeah, that's a good one, Slim. So Mr. Fox has got a long way to go to eat into this deficit. And straight away, he's got a problem. He's left nothing easy here to stay at the table. Got to dig out a good pot. Now the 3 ball goes back in its spot up top. Oh, I tell you that, it was a carom. Or was it a carom? It was a pot, and he played a 2-in-1 shot there. Played the bank and the carom. That was clever. And he's set up for the next one, but again, it's big distance. He looks as if he's going too thin. No, then my eyes are terrible. That looked as if he was going too far left. But that's probably why he would get that 9 times out of 10 and I would get it too. Well, now he's definitely in trouble. This is horrible. He just can't get himself settled into a decent shape. Well, I don't know whether he plays an awful lot in that Cowboy tournament that's on at night. I've seen him in it once or twice. I think it starts, it used to be at 10:30 our time. I think it's 9:30 now. I think he plays in it now and again. And this is going to take a while because he can't get this 5 ball into play yet. He really needs to be working with it. Now he's got to think, because if he's taken the 1 ball, the 1 ball goes in its spot above the 3 here, so he needs to get the cue ball out, and that looks pretty good. Yeah, it's how often you go to the recovery shot well during a run that's eventually going to catch you out. At some point the well will be dry. But he's going to play the carom again here now. What he wants to do again is hit this half ball so that he can pot the 5 next time around here. And that's got him okay now to get the 5 on the spot. And he'll be looking for the 5 to the 1, to the 3, not the 5 to the 1. That's too dangerous. So he might be just stopping the cue ball where the 5 is. Alright, well, he's come back. That'll do it. So the run is 28? And the 5 ball's just gone a bit awkward angle now, so pot the 1, play the 1 to the 5 as long as he's not dead straight. If I tell a lie, he's a bit too far right, so it's 1 to 3, or a bit too far left, sorry. Same again, pot the 1, 1 to 3, or 1 to 5, depending where the cue ball finishes. So he's got a choice again. The thing I keep harping on about, he's looking at the 3, so he's going to, well, I think he's maybe just double checking where he wants to leave the cue ball. Now he's going for the 3, so that means he's going to stay right side, and he's now gone out. He's gone out of line. I think he should have taken the 1. The 1 ball was the better shot. It was the easier shot to guarantee he could get the 1 to the 3, and now he's in trouble. And, well, the good thing that happened here was he ran into the 5 ball, because that cue ball was heading south and he could have scratched. So the one wrong shot choice there by Mr. Fox is the thing that caught him out. The run ends in 34. And now Cobra's favourite to get to 90. Good evening to Semi-Pro. Well, that second last shot that he played, when you look at the lay of the table there, if he'd potted the 1 and stayed below the 1 spot with the cue ball, he'd an easy 1 to 3. It was never going to be difficult. But coming across the table twice to get that 5 to 3, that was asking for trouble. Just got the touch on that 3. And now it's going to have to be a cut and a 5. Now, if this cue ball takes a line, it would go. He's going to be up by the 3 ball and try and get up above it, I would think. He doesn't want to run into it. I don't know that he wants to try and trickle this in dead weight. I think he's got to go up top, but not run into the 3. Well, he's overhit that by quite a margin, because that would have possibly left him the 5 to the 1, but it wasn't great shape. But Mr. Fox will be relieved. Cobra's second visit, only 10. Well, this visit is already very important. He's been let off the hook. He knows that. I haven't looked to see if Friday night 9 ball is full. It probably won't be far off it. I never looked at the bracket. But as I said earlier, I won't be going to Friday night 9 ball when this is finished. I can't be doing with a late night tonight. Well, we'll get the 3rd and 4th playoff in the World Cup tomorrow, I believe. Croatia against Morocco. So we'll get that match. Then we've got the final on Sunday. Well, I mean, I've said it before. I mean, I've ran out from 90 to 101 in a good number of occasions. The problem is getting to 90 and keep the points. So I could well believe he's done it. I could well believe that. On a good day, if I stuck at it, I would probably be able to do it eventually. Well, I don't know. I was busy reading the chat there. Mr. Fox only got, what, 15 points there or something? Not far off it. He's only on 49. And Cobra. Oh, is he going to kick the three? No, the spin has took it away. And once again, for the third time, Mr. Fox has a chance to still get to 90 before Cobra. And that would be a psychological boost for Mr. Fox if he can do it. And already he's gone out of line. He's absolutely bolt straight behind the 5. Going for the draw to the 1. And he didn't pick the line. It's so difficult. You only need to tweak that angle very slightly and you're skimming over to the right, well away from the 1. So Mr. Fox has not had the luckiest of rolls in 2 of the shots that he's played. He's ended up dead straight, which has undone him. That's the roll of the ball. That's what happens. He's got to now hope that in his next visit that he does get to 90 and that Cobra hasn't scored all that many. Well, this is a little tricky one that's left here. Let's have a look. I mean, that's thin from the 1 to the 5. And you would think that if he rolls to the right of the 5 and just brushes off it, that the 5's going that way. And he's going to have to stun, I think, to get to the 1. You know, he's pushed it to the rail. So now he's going to have to take a risk here. If he's going 3 to 1, he could try the 1 ball to the 5. But he's probably looking at kicking in behind this 1 ball. But to do that, I think he's got to use a bit of pace to get there. I mean, the angle he's got in the 5 is a bit too straight. I mean, you can obviously hit the 5 half ball on the right side as we look, but you still need a little bit of pace to get that cue ball across. And he didn't play it. And that might be one shot where Mr. Fox would have played something like that. Cobra's so desperate not to give any points back. But there was that shot on from the 5 to the 1, but he wasn't interested. Cue ball stays in the table. Fox goes to 59. Now, I can't remember what match it was that Mr. Fox was playing, but he had a couple of good outs in the match. in the carom phase. So he's proved that he'll be very dangerous if he can get there. And Cobra's only on 92, and Mr. Fox is just creeping that little bit closer. Oh, there's VP Monster, right? You can tell them the story of that rack earlier on today. How my tactical genius manoeuvred you into a corner. Remember when you said I need a sensational finish? Remember when you said that during the rack? When you thought it was in the bag? the old TG still got it in him. Well, I'm going to milk this for a fortnight. Of course, I'm never going to play him again. I'm just going to milk it for a fortnight. Mr. Fox is still stunned. Not a lucky laugh. Remember, the thing I was laughing about, I was talking to the guys earlier, was the dialogue that we had, where when I had you snookered the first time in the one ball, I said to you, would you not have been better opening up the 5 and the 3 so that it didn't give me an easy start? So I probably had to use a couple of rails to get to one of them. And you thought, no, you'll do something dirty and lock me up. All backfired, didn't it? Oh dear, that was fun. It was only fun because I came out the winner in the end, and I was well behind after having lost 40 points. But then again, VP Monster did the old sucker numpty scratch shots. Did it twice. Tried it a third time. Yeah, it was all a nightmare, that rack. Well, meanwhile, Cobra back at the table on 92. Mr. Fox still stuck there with a visit of 9 on 77. God, Slim signed up for the $300 V daily edition before Friday Night 9 Ball's over. I don't think he fancies staying in it that long. I don't know when this $300 daily edition one starts. Oh, that was really risky. But now he's done for. Problem is, he's not going to take any risk whatsoever here. No way is Cobra going to take any risk. Oh, he's took the risk. And he's got the extra point. Now, is he going to dare and try it again? I don't know. Very dicey. He can go thin off the 5. Odds on to scratch off the 1 ball though. So the visit gives him 4, takes him to 96. And, well, Mr. Fox must cross that threshold right now in this visit. He must get to 90. And that 5 ball needs to stay in play. It's gone a bit square, but he should still be okay. Now that takes him to 88. Now he needs a 1 ball to stay in play. So he wants to hit this 1 ball thin. Well, he wanted to hit it, but he didn't. I don't believe he wanted to hit it from behind. I think he wanted to push that down towards us, so it was going into this bottom corner pocket. But he still had a shot in the side pocket. And now he's got the long carom. Let's go from this end, see what that looks like. And of course, the more shots like that Mr. Fox has, the more he warms up, the more he finds his line, the more comfortable he becomes. And he's set up his, well, he's going to go the draw. And I think that was a huge mistake. I don't know why he didn't play the 5 to the 3. That's got me totally baffled. And Cobra's he's got to push the 5 to the left of the 3 and get a fair bit of spin in the cue ball if he's trying to come around the angles into the 3. So the 5's got to miss the 3. He looks as if he's drawn to the rail to kick the 3. Yeah. And he might, let's see what that looks like. I think he can tweak this a bit and catch the edge of that 1. I think if he just pushes it past the 1, he'll still have a line where he can catch it. It looks tight, but the 3 ball will open up. No, I think if he'd been a bit narrower, he might have caught some of that 1. It was very, very, very accurate. It needed to be. But then again, we'll never know. So Cobra, his visit is 1. Again, Mr. Fox looking for the first opportunity he can to try and set up these balls one way or another. He's going to have to bail out with the draw shot. Now this 3 balls coming round into play, although it's going a bit too far. And he might have to do the same again here. He might have to do the draw to the rail. He might have been playing a 2-in-1 shot as well, but 2-in-1 would be the 3 up to the rail, try and come down to the 1-in-5. But he could also punch the 3 up the table, but he'd be letting it run. So he's playing a 2-in-1, and that's a good shot.
Let's watch the replay of that last shot.
This is oh, he's not got there. He's not got there. He's trying to be really delicate. And Cobra can punch the 3 away here and draw to the 5. It's going well away from the pocket. And look at where the 1 ball is. Cobra needs to get this cue ball on the right hand side of the table. He needs to get here for the outshot. He doesn't want to be trying to get here for the outshot because that's too accurate. And it then means you have to probably play some sort of forced follow to try and get out. But if you're over here, you're home and dry. Anywhere this side, So he needs to be wary of that. This is a vital shot here. And, well, the 3 ball just stays out of the way. Now, this is a hair's breadth edge of the 1. You don't try and force follow this. It's a hair's breadth, I think, into this pocket. Because you've got to be lucky to get the 1 ball out of the way and not double kiss this if you're trying to go across the 1. Yeah, see, that was asking too much. I just double checking that wasn't behind the tit. But I think if he had feathered the 1, and you've got to trust your eyes, but he could have got out there without trying to be fancy and get and cross that 1 ball out of the way. So difficult to do. Well, there you go. It's gifted in a plate for him. Fox scratches, and well, it's so easy. It's unmissable, this. And after 40 minutes, Cobra has run off, what was it, 66 in the first rack. That was good enough for him, because it kept Fox chasing, and he couldn't put a big run together to get rid of that deficit. And then in the end, the scratch was the final nail in the coffin for that rack. So Cobra off to a good start. Got 1 on the board, and that's immediately ramped up the pressure on Mr. Fox. Now, what can he bring to the table in response? Well, I don't think Mr. Fox has done anything obviously bad. The only things that went against him was he made 1 wrong choice of shot, in my opinion, and then there was another which left him blocked out, and then there was another one where the roll of the ball left him blocked out, and he couldn't continue either run because of it. He had to try and dig out a shot. It could have been a different story had those 2 visits counted in terms of accumulating points, and that's really what stifled him in that rack. And of course, in the knowledge that Cobra just made a big run of 60 odd, and kept the points, it immediately puts you on the rack to produce the goods and perform. And these 2 are having a conversation. If I'm playing in any tournament, I don't want to get into conversation. Either way, it's distracting. Agricultural might mean shitty. That's my interpretation of it. Well, I wouldn't say he's been shitty. He's just been playing the way he's been playing all through the tournament, accumulating points and not doing anything numpty-ish. And the only thing that caught him out was having to dig out a tough shot to continue. And straight away, Mr. Fox has got potting issues. That's a bad miss on the 1 ball. The run is only 13. And remember what I said about Mr. Fox holding his nerve when the pressure ramps up, and the pressure has ramped up, and that is a a disappointing visit there, considering the one ball was nowhere near difficult. Cobra took a break there to go and get a drink. Well, this is the safer route is to go from the 1 to the 3. And he's missed a big 3 ball there. And that is a big target. And I don't think he needed to hit that anywhere near his half to hit that 3. But look at what he's left. Oh, he's still at the table. Did he hit it? My eyes must be getting really bloody bad. He must have scraped the paint off that. Mind you, I have to say, I was looking at the chat, turned back, saw the ball going past the 3 ball, and I presumed he missed it. That must have been a pixel. I still don't believe he had to hit that as hard though. But anyway, he got the hit. Now again, he doesn't want to run into anything here, but he's hitting this so thin that he might. Yeah. In actual fact, it finished perfect for the forced follow from the 5 to the 3 had he actually got that 3 ball in. So Fox is off the hook again. But he's yet to divvy up with a run. Again, he wants to be accumulating points. He's got to get working with this 5 ball. I mean, he pots the 1. He's got the easy carom, but he's only working with the 1 and the 3 here. This 5 ball sitting there doing nothing. I'd be wanting to get that into pockets and ramping up the points. Well, again, he doesn't need to do anything with the cue ball. Just pot this 3 ball, go back into the table high enough to leave the unbelievable. He's missed the 3. Well, he's missed a couple of glaring pots. Actually, as bad as what VP Monster's been doing in the tournament. And he'll admit that. And that is sacrilege. The fact that he's missed an easy 1 ball. He's just thinking too much there about where the cue ball was going to make sure he still had the carom. Forgot about potting the 3. But like I said, it's amazing what goes on in your head when you know that the other guy, if you give him a chance, i.e. Cobra, that Mr. Fox will be sitting for another 10-15 minutes here. And this is what's maybe getting to him, is just the time it's taking for him to get to the table if Cobra starts on another run. So all the time the pressure ramps up, the little voices start working against you in your head. You start missing silly, straight, easy pots. Well, not straight, but not difficult. And suddenly your back is against the wall. And this could be painful to watch here for Fox. So pot the 3. Well, I'd be potting the 3 and coming out into the table, because then I've got a 5 to the a 3 to the 5, which wouldn't be difficult. See, he's coming down in between the 3 and the 1, and now he's got a dodgy one either way here, because he's got to get the stun in the 1 ball to get to the 5, and then he's cutting off the 3 to go to the 5. The 3 to the 5 is dodgy depending on the pace that he plays it and where he hits that 5. He could scratch the side. He's got to stun this though. He looks as if he's drawing out, he's bailing out. He looks as if he's trying to draw to the 3. And, you know, this is what I was talking about, Cobra being 1 or 2 shots shy of what's needed to win this tournament. You know, there's just that knowledge that's lacking a bit in Cobra's game. It's a whole different kettle of fish going from 9 ball to Cowboy. And there's certain shots that he's just a little, he just does not have them in the bag. He doesn't have that in his resume, and that's what caught him out there. But every, you know, a shot like that is going for safety and security and making sure you don't take a risk. But in that time, he only accumulated a handful of points. And that's let Mr. Fox off the hook there. And that's the type of thing I was talking about prior to the match, where Cobra might just be the odd shot short of what's needed to come through this match. But that's before Cobra won the first rack, though. Cobra's at least achieved the first aspect of the game, and that's win the first rack, get your name on the board. And Fox has been caught out trying the same thing, trying to play the draw. And the more that Fox gets to the table, and the more that he struggles to accumulate points, he might just... is he going to lose the notion to actually get into the game altogether? Because there's enough chat going on. Most of it from him. Well, this is a good force follow. You always want to hit that force follow ball, half ball either side, so you're pushing it and opening it up to a pocket. You don't want to roll it up onto the 3. Now this is a bit straight in this 1 ball, I think. He would have... Well, he might try and pinch a bit here and come out with spin. Or he could draw. I mean, if he draws back and comes to sort of here, yeah, he'll have the 1 to the 5. No, well, that's... He didn't get far enough. He can still get to the 5. Well, the obvious shot is cut the 5, and you know you're guaranteed a carom unless you really do something crazy. And of course, with those balls up the table, it's beginning to come into shape here for Cobra. Now that 3 ball needs to bounce, because that's what he wants to be potting next. Get it back up in the spot. He could check the cue ball up here and stay left side of the 5. No, he's going right side, so he needs to go far enough. And that'll do. Now, I'd like to have brushed off the 3 and probably potted the 1. If he pots the 5 again, similar shot again, but the more he wants to go to the right, the more he has to go to the right, if you know what I mean. So he's staying left this time, and that's sensible thinking, because you don't want to keep going over here and going over here. Some point you'll end up in line and have no shot, or no easy shot. So staying in the left side was giving you 2 choices again, and now it's gone upward. He's going to have to dig out a pot. He can bank the 3. The 3's a good bank every day of the week. And he maybe, if he wants to do that, he might want to think about stunning up the table or down the table towards us. Most probably the old little draw shot. Run goes to 34 though. This is the more important thing. The run is 34 and counting. 35. The lead is what, 27? And the alarm bells are already ringing here for Mr. Fox. Three ball to the 1. Big target, the 1 ball. Got to be 2 rails. Oh, he squirted behind it. Didn't get into it enough. So the run ends on 38. And, well, the deficit has to go. It's 30 at the moment. And it's got to kick into gear fairly soon here for Fox. I was going to say for Fox's sake, but I'd probably end up getting complaints. Now what can he come up with? Well, again, he would probably like to finish straight on this 5 ball somewhere. And that's now gone upward. He's got to take the 3. Take the 3 and go through with the 3 ball. You could play a bit of right English just to pop the cue ball up top like that. Again, not wanting to hit this 5 ball full in the face. You want to glance it one way or the other. He's missed it completely. And that's another fail. Umpteen fails. The points are just not accumulating here for Fox. And he's still got a deficit that's going to grow again. Now, does he want to nip back? He's nipped back and brought the 1 out. He's still decent enough. for the 5 to the 3. But again, this is a feather edge on the 5 to the 3 because you want to be potting that 5 next into the side. Well, it's an open table, isn't it? It's an open table. I never noticed that there. But similar shot. This time, just a gentle touch to keep the 5 ball in play. Now, he could pot this 5 in the bottom right hand corner and go back up table. I don't know how straight he is. There is an angle with the look of it. It looks as if he's trying to bring the 1 out here. It looks as if that's what he's trying. No, just trying to get out into a decent line. Well, this has got to be the force follow. You can't be risking a thin carom here. And the 5 balls come in handy because he'll pot the 1 next and then the next carom is easy. Now, he's probably better killing the cue ball. I think that would be, if he goes below, he's got to go below and out towards the 5. Well, he's managed to hold it, and that'll do. Well, you don't win anything from being spectacular, and you wouldn't describe Cobra's play as being spectacular, but what you would describe it as is being steady and accumulative. He's outscoring Fox pretty much every visit, and that's going to make the difference at the end of the night, unless Fox gets himself kicked into gear. And if I was him, maybe he'd be better to loosen up a bit. I think he's been a bit too tight, and I think that the pace of Cobra, the patience that you need to sit and wait until he's finished, it's unsettling, Mr. Fox, I think. It's not working in his favour 1 iota. But there's the miss from Cobra. The run is 24. And I'm going to say it now. This is last chance saloon here for Fox. Although Cobra's not at 90, Fox has got to be making a contribution that gets him to 90 first to have a chance of winning this second rack. And unfortunately, the 1 ball stays in play. But again, it's going to be tough to keep this run going. Now, where does he put the cue ball if this 1's going in its spot? He's got to get below it. Not too far though. And this is a little feather edge. And he doesn't want to block the 3 out with the 5. And I think he's got away with it. I think he's okay. But again, he's got to get up high enough. And that'll do. Again, is he blocked out in the 1? He is. And the 3's blocked out by the 1. And suddenly it's become difficult again. Trying the bank. And this is what's happening. This is the frustrating part of the game. We know he can score points, but there's like 3 occasions he's got himself blocked out and having to recover, and he's failed in each of them. Any other day would have maybe recovered, stayed at the table and got 60-70, but it ain't happening. And he's way back on 54. And Cobra into the caroms. But again, not being constructive really in trying to get these balls married up one way or another. He could try overcutting the 5. Maybe with loads of left English going. I don't know whether it would get him to the short rail and then into the 3. He could try that, but he's just totally against anything risky. He could go the other way and try the same shot. You got to overcut it. And he looks as if he's going for a big heave-ho draw here. Of course, that's pretty much almost put the 1 ball out of the game for him. But nevertheless, he's on 92. And anything else he gets here's a bonus now. How's that finished? That'll work. This is dangerous if he's looking at the 5 to the 1. He maybe contemplated it there. And what does he see? This looks good. That's a good shot.
Let's watch the replay of that last shot.
Well, that's a Cowboy player's carom. Prepared to run the rails there. Coming in behind the 5. Was never going to be dangerous. And he moves on to 96, working with these 2 balls. Well, there is a really dangerous shot that I'd be going for. And it's overcutting the 3 to the rail. Hopefully not running into the 3 and going with left English around the rails and down to the 1. And hopefully not potting it. But if I was in 96, would I be risking doing that? Probably not. So, Mr. Fox, again, it's last chance saloon. Doesn't get to 90 in this visit. It's 2-0 to Cobra. Or at least it will be. It's inevitable he's going to get there. Well, he's played the bank. Now, this 5 ball on its spot is leaving him big, long force follows that are never a gimme. And, you know, that's just asking too much. Unfortunately, of course, the 1 ball's in an awkward spot, so it might be taking Cobra 1 or 2 visits to get there, but I mean, again, there is a shot. The danger, though, is overcutting the 5 and sending it over to the 1 and trying to get to the 3. That's one shot you could try, but there's also a risk of scratching the right-hand side pocket. But he's looking at it. Or is he trying to thin the 5? And you need to check the cue ball up. No, again, he's going for a huge long draw. And it worked for him. Played a couple of those. Hasn't missed them. And of course, where the 1 ball is now, even though he can't use it, it's ideal for the scratch. As long as he gets the right hand rail. Oh, just missed it. Well, I don't think he hit it. Well, this is the second last chance saloon for Mr. Fox. Cobra only gets the 1, takes him to 97. Yeah, I still think he needs to loosen up a bit. He's leaving far too many of these long force follows. Yeah, I think he has to chance his arm a little bit, especially when he's, 30 odd behind. He's just got to let loose a little bit. Try and get the juices flowing. And I think he's brushed that, has he? No, he hasn't. This time the 1 is in play. Cobra's still got to produce a good start here. Could go 1 rail into the 3 or tight into the corner and around the angles, but he's come around behind it because there's a big gap there. So once again, an easy start for Fox. But a complete lack of contribution here tonight so far from Fox. Nothing worth mentioning at all. And that's why he's 1-0 down and why he's almost 2-0 down. He's made no notable contribution on any visits. But you've got to do it when it matters. Unbelievable. He's done it again. He's thinking about the cue ball and forgetting about the pot. How many simple balls has he missed? Over concerned about. You just need to worry about keeping the cue ball up top. You don't need to worry about complete accuracy. You've got to get the 3 ball in the hole. Oh, again, let off the hook again. Mr. Fox says he's taking a break after this game, 5 minutes. Well, that might not be a bad plan. But I still think he's played too tight and trying to be too precise when precision wasn't exactly what was needed there. Precision was needed in the pot, not necessarily exactly where you were putting the cue ball. So that, again, is a complete brain fart. He's potted the 3 ball when he was an 88, and his head is not here in the game. That is the Cowboy numpty shot of the day, and going over the 90. He says his mind gone, and bloody right, his mind's gone. And it won't be the last time you'll see that happening. He's so desperate to get to 90. And again, he's got another attempt to get there. And it's going to run out soon enough if we don't get it done. Now, once again, he would have loved to have potted that one ball. And of course now, he's on 86, he can't pot the 5. He's trying to play a combo. And I was going to see whether this is any good for a force follow. He might try, is he trying to feather it, or is he trying to push that to the jaw and catch the 3? He's looking at the feather edge. Takes him to 98. Well, all my pre-match sort of summary of how this could go, many bits of it have come into force. Is Mr. Fox dealing with Cobra's pace of play? I don't think so. Has it affected his game? I think it has done quite a lot. It's frustrating him that it's frustrating him in 2 ways. He's having to be patient and waiting, and then the second thing is that he's not scoring when he is getting his chances, which is adding to the frustration. Got to just block all that out and play the table. And sayonara, it's 2-0. So we're going to have a little interlude. Well, so much for our predictions. Who is it that predicted 3-2? Well, it's a long road back for Mr. Fox. But at 2-0 down, I don't think his manner of play, leaving these long force follows, is working. The golden rule for me is to follow the bottom of the 1, top of the 3 scenario. Well, we'll see whether he changes his game when he comes back. What the hell are you talking about, Slim? I'm trying to read that. Insert fave phrase. It's gut check time. Backs against the wall. It's never, never. Oh yeah, all the catchphrases that you want to use. I mean, Fox has got to come to the table, saying to himself, I know I'm the better player at this game. But thing is he actually believing that? Right, well, as soon as he's back, we'll be underway again.
Things look bad. It looks like you're not going to
Some
make
Clint's
it.
advice
And you
might
gotta
help
get mean.
Mr. Fox.
I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
The green is gone.
Now, the answer to Cobra's question is I don't think there is. I mean, had obviously there's no timer in the game at all anyway. We're underway again, I think. There's no shot clock in the game, so it wouldn't matter. And I don't believe there's any sort of timeout counter. Well, Cobra's got his carom again off the 3 ball. Missed the pot in the 3. So it's a long road back. How many times are you going to say that? But it is. Mr. Fox has to win the remaining 3 racks if he's going to stay in the winner's side. Welcome to Hog. Well, Mr. Fox, we'd all pretty much agreed on him being favourite for the match. He hasn't scored, he's not contributed. And you do that in any type of game, you ain't going to be winning anything. And now, we're already thinking, and he's already thinking the same thing, what am I going to come back to the table to? How many is Cobra going to gather here? Well, he's immediately gone outward here. He's got a dicey little cut in this 5 ball. And probably leave it for the 5 to the 1 here and not do an awful lot with the cue ball. And that's gone dead in the water. He's going to draw. So welcome to any latecomers. This is a round 3 match in the VP4 2022 Cowboy World Championships. Cobra has been accumulating points. Mr. Fox hasn't, and that's the story of the match so far. Mr. Fox can't get to that vital 91st, can't get into the caroms, and can't apply pressure to Cobra. Has had numerous chances to do that, and has pretty much failed each and every time. Cobra's already on 21. Simple 1 ball, simple carom. Well, he's got greedy there. That might not necessarily have been wise because he could have split the 2 of them and scratched there, and that was a bit risky. And he's got away with it. Didn't need to do that. Could have just potted that ball and left the 5-3 carom. I think he's been listening to Steve. But what he is doing is racking up the points a bit quicker. The lead is now 30. The run is 30. And the 5 ball needs to bounce so it stays in play, which it has done. And he'll have a 5-3 to follow, and this is looking ominous again here for Mr. Fox. And for those of you who are here just before the start, in my pre-match summary I covered all the bases. Mr. Fox has been disappointing in games that he's very strong at. Disappointing in the Snooker World Championships. Didn't deliver, didn't score, and didn't last long in the tournament. And this is probably his strongest game, apart from 9-ball in snooker, and he's come up against a brick wall in Cobra and his scoring. And I think Cobra inadvertently has got inside his head because of the pace he's played at and all the things that I did talk about. Having to sit there and be patient, you're champing at the bit, wanting to have a go, and when he's eager to score, and the more eager you are, the less in the right frame of mind you are of actually doing it. You've just got to come to the table, blank the mind, see the shots and play them. And don't believe in yourself these long force follows each time, because you ain't going to get them all the time. And they've been letting them down. And progressing and accumulating massive points, which is what he needs. Welcome to Tam. Well, you would have probably had some snow this morning, Tam. I woke up this morning, had freezing rain, little or no snow in Glasgow. It was actually just more sort of rain and freezing snow when I arrived there. There was nothing, freezing rain and a bit of snow, but nothing much, thank God. Yeah, you would have had quite a bit overnight, but we got off lightly. It was more or less rain, and my toilet's now working again, thank God. Well, this match started at 6:30. We are now, bearing in mind we had a 5-minute interval, but we're now still short of 90 minutes, and Cobra is on for his highest run of the evening. He had a 66 in the first rack or something like that, and he's looking pretty good to top that. And this is exactly how you start hammering the nails into the coffin of Mr. Fox. Yeah, well, it was 3 degrees where I was this morning, but 3 degrees this morning was like 9 degrees warmer than what it was for the last fortnight. Well, I think I put the mockers on Cobra's high run because it ends on 62, and that is an excellent run. Where's my applause went to? Hang on. My applause have died. Well, if you're going to stay in the match and you're going to produce one good run, dare we say it, now is the time. But of course, he's not out of the tournament if he does lose it. And again, he's gone upward. And that's going to skim past. Whoa, it's just caught the 3. But again, he's going to have to play a recovery shot. It's going to have to be the thin cut in the 3. Now, I think he's got to play the 3 with a bit of right English. He's got to play the 3 with a bit of right English. That way he comes this way and he can get the 3 to the 1. Unless he's... Oh, unbelievable. I don't think he had to play that like that. I mean, it's just he's missing. That was not a difficult cut with a wee bit of right. It's amazing what pressure does, though. The run is only 20, and that's one of his high runs in the match, believe it or not. Well, while Cobra's looking for a carom, well, we'll see him play the shot. He's got to go to the 5, and he's going to miss it. Let's just have a look and a reminder of who it looks like Cobra's going to be playing. He's going to be playing Interchange X next, if everything goes according to plan. If we look at the top of the bracket, we have One Pocket Slim is lying in wait for the winner between Albinario and Wanwa. Now, the problem there is that we're now the 16th of December, and these guys have got until the 18th to get the match arranged, so they are cutting it fine. I would believe that Albinario has probably sent proposals. I can't believe that Albinario hasn't. So the ball is very much in Wanwa's court as to whether they're going to get going. In fact, the sooner the better, because after tonight, and especially on Sunday night and into next week, I probably won't be around for very many matches. So you're going to have to catch them as they happen. Meanwhile, Fox is back at the table. He's on a run of 21, and Cobra has stalled on 65. Fox just glances the 3. Oh, speak of the devil, there's Wanwa there. Have you had any proposals from Albinario? Wanwa. And he's fell foul of the old potting disease again also. The run ends on 22 and he's still trailing by 23. You've only got 2 days left to get your match played against Albinario. Well, unless Cobra gets himself really awkward. It's has he checked that this 1 ball will spot? Yes, it will. But it's highly unlikely that he's not going to be on 90 and above when he's finished this visit. Yeah, I don't think it matters what time you play on Sunday, unless it was Sunday afternoon. If it was Sunday at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, I could probably get the match in, but any later than that, I ain't going to be here. I've got to be in bed at 8 o'clock Sunday night. I'm up at 2 a.m. on Monday morning to go to work, so I'll probably miss it. Well, this is falling nicely into place. Gentle little cut in the 5. Nothing to do with the cue ball. Just let it come up the table slightly. And you've got the 5-3. But the next shot would be pot the 1 and stay below the 1. I would think, regardless of where the 3 ball finishes up, as long as you can see the 1 and be potting the 1. Or potting the 5 if he keeps the 5 alive first. If the 5 is still there, then he might want to get rid of it. Well, you see, he's now finished a bit awkward, so he's probably going to have to pot the 5. Yeah. He might try running through and running onto the 1. Yeah, I just didn't catch it. And now it's a long, thin carom from the 5 to the 3. It's a good enough angle and he's got good room to get there. Expect him to hit it. Is the deadline Sunday at 5 PM? Well, that's good for me if that's the deadline. They won't be playing it any later than that, so I may well be able to get it. I'll be working till 2 PM on Sunday afternoon. So Cobra on 87. He's on a pot and he's got to go for the 3. I mean, you cut the 3 up the table and get to 90. And if you... I mean, that takes him... Well, that was really, really risky. Once again, he's got away with it. Real risk on that shot. He's on 88. Cut the 1 into the side. And stay below the 1. Oh no, he's in a carom, isn't he? Forgotten again. But it's not a difficult carom. Overcut the 3. And now he's sitting pretty as far as a straightforward 1 ball's concerned. But he's got to stay below the 1. Just roll it in and then he can bring the 5 into play. He could go parallel with the 1 ball on the right side, but the simple way is just to stay below it. Although he might have been better to put a bit of spin in that to go further to the right. Now he's got to start moving the 1 ball a bit if he wants to get to the 5, but he's looking at shot choices here. If he's trying to get to the 5, he's got to move that 1 a fair wee bit to get the stun to work, and he hasn't, he's sort of chickened out a bit there to get to that 5. He's just wary about running that 1 ball. But anyway, he's on 90 and he's odds-on favourite to have a very comfortable win and totally against what we all thought. Well, Interchange X says that the deadline is Sunday at... well, let me check. He's maybe talking about his time. Now, the deadline is Sunday at 10 PM. That would be 11 PM Italian time and also Swedish time. Yeah, it's 10 PM GMT. So that would be 11 PM Central European time. So the chances are the match still could go ahead at maybe 7 or 8 PM my time, which, as I say, I won't be able to be there. Well, Mr. Fox on 12. His total is 50, whatever it is now, 59. and must get to 90. No, there's no ifs or buts. He must get to 90 to have a chance of staying in this match. No, it's 11 p.m. your time, Wanwa. 10 p.m. my time, but 11 p.m. your time. Interchange X is talking about his local time on the tournament bracket. It always shows your local time. Well, would you believe it? He's left a huge long force follow here. And this is just, again, really tough at distance to pick this line. And the double kiss from the 5 ball has done it. So difficult. He's left far too many of them. Well, Cobra's got to be brave enough to go for the 2-in-1 shot off the 3. I mean, the 3 to the 5 to the 1. Give it enough pace to get there, and he's not picked a line at all. He should have been on that first diamond by the side pocket. He should have been there with enough pace to come down that direction. Either hit the 5 or skim the 1. And it's like I said before, there's just 1 or 2 little shots that Cobra's not quite there with in Cowboy. But play the game long enough, you'll soon not only be seeing them, but you'll be able to execute them a lot better. And again, it's awkward for Mr. Fox. It's another force follow at distance. And again, it's caught him out. And a little cut in the 3. And a hit onto the 1. But you've got to watch the... Well, oh, it's Fox that's at the table. What the hell happened there? What did I miss? Did he miss the caramel? I was back to reading the chat. Oh, is it 10 p.m? I don't know. I thought Italy was an hour ahead of us. Well, there we go. The yawning started. That's why I'm heading to bed early tonight. I ain't hanging around. I need my beauty sleep. And Fox I think he needs to do the best part of run out here. He's got to get to like 97 here if he can, at least. Well, obviously 101, but I thought he was taking a big risk there, playing the bank. And again, he's blocked out. He almost skimmed that 3 to go over the 90. And he's blocked out. And he had to rely on that 1 ball being avoided by the other balls, and it did. So he's had a little roll of the ball there. Can he make the most of it? No, he won't, because I think Albinario is busy on a Friday night. That's why you never see him in Friday night 9 ball. I think Albinario is working. And again, Fox having to try and play a recovery carom in an awkward position. And the visit ends in 19. And he is on 92 only. And Cobra trying to draw to the 1 by the look of it. thinking about it, or going 2 rails up to the 3. Yeah. So, Mr. Fox. Oh, again, Cobra's got a lucky roll there. Look at where the 3 balls finished. I mean, he wants an easy start to let him get a nice little run together, and he couldn't have anything uglier than this. And if he's going to try and go around the corner into the 5, this 3 ball's moving, and he's caught it, and that was a good recovery. But again, it's finished ugly. I think he can force follow, and that 3 ball will go behind the 5 and bank up the table, and he can get to the 5. I think he's got to hit this hard enough to get this 3 ball to come down and out into the table slightly. He's got to hit this hard enough not only to get to the 5, but it looks as if he's going 2 rails again. And he's potted a 3, and that's a disaster. He had to play. I mean, if there was one time he had to play the force follow, it was there. And he's trying to cut and use 2 rails, but he's potted a 3 in the process. And can be thankful again that he hasn't left anything easy for Cobra. He's hanging on by the skin of his teeth here, Fox. Well, I thought he did have the angle to force follow. I think that 3 ball would have, or whatever ball it was, would have went past the, was it going past the 5 or the 3? And Cobra again has gone behind the 5. He went behind the 1 earlier there in his last visit. And you're getting little invitations to the party here, Mr. Fox. They're not great invitations, but they are opportunities, and he's got to watch this shot as well when he's trying to get to the 1 ball, and he's trying to be delicate so he doesn't push the 3 to the pocket. And he's also left. I've got the hiccups now, excuse me. He's now got the little carom to the 3. And it's going to be the little draw now. If he's banking the 3's gone up to the left. So it's going to be isolated. And now it's become tricky again. The run goes to 4. His total goes to 96. And that's given him a little cushion in these caroms. He's got a delicate one to keep it going. He's got to watch how thick he hits that 5. And now he could try and get to the 1 ball, or he could draw to the short rail and try and kick into the 5. But once again, you've got to watch the pace, because this could scratch off the back of the 5. And he can't go direct to the 5. And that's a good pace. Oh, and he's also got a nice roll for the follow-up. Got to watch the pace again, though, and watch where the 1 ball's going. Has it got the legs? Just. So the run is 7. That takes him to 99. He's got the little edge to the 1, and again, he doesn't want to hit this hard. Oh, he's missed it. Would you believe it? No, he hasn't. He must have brushed that by a hair. That missed that ball completely. Unbelievable. Well, he'll take it, put it that way. So now he's got the stun into the corner pocket to get on the board. Oh no, he's went the other way. I don't know why he didn't fancy it into the left-hand corner.
Put 'em up. Put 'em up.
That's the wrong bloody button.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I'm trying to remember what my buttons do here. And I've completely forgotten because I haven't been using it for a week or two. Let me try this one, see what that one does.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Now the buttons are doing nothing. Well, that's better. Well, Mr. Fox, still on 100. Cobra. This is going to get into the gap. Is it? No, it's catching the 3. And there'll be a little draw from the 3 to the 5. Because that's the safest route. And if the 3 ball slows up, it's gone a wee bit further for real comfort here. But he's got the stun and he's banking the 3 back across towards the 5. And that 3 ball will be sitting pretty. And Mr. Fox is wondering if he's played his last shot. Cobra goes to 94. And the run is 4. And the 3 banked up towards the 1. It needs to bounce. And he can also, well, he could play it delicate or he could play the force follow so that he's banking the 1 up the table. But look where the 5 ball's gone. The 5 ball's in a dangerous spot. And it's unlikely he'll be playing a 1 to the 5 if he does that. Or he would need to try and get behind that 5 ball to try and push it away from the pocket. Well, he can't do it from this angle. He can try and just be delicate and get to the right side of the 5. Dead weight pace. It's a big target, but he won't want to be any pace because he could brush off it and scratch. So he's just going to dink this as soft as he dare. He's actually came the top side of it, but he's still got the hit. Now he's trying. Well, I think he was looking at the. He was looking at the possible double kiss there off the 5. It's at an awkward angle. But I don't think he dare go off that 1 and try to get to the 5. That would be suicide. I think it's worth trying the double kiss off the 5. The double kiss, you can obviously choose the line you think's best to play it. Well, he's went for the delicate draw. It takes him to 98. Now, how brave is he going to be now? Well, again, it's an awkward angle to try and do much with that 5 ball. He's going for the 1 to the 3, I think. No, he's going to try and draw to the rail and kick behind the 5. And this time, again, just nervous about doing anything stupid. But that's a good run from Cobra. However, it's also finished really awkward for Fox. He's right over the 5. And he's trying to play the force follow into the corner. I think he is. Did he nominate the corner pocket? Yes, he has. And so Mr. Fox gets himself in the game. And now we're going to have a 1 minute interlude or so. Mr. Fox is going for a drink. Right, let's see if is he still getting a drink? Let me just test something here. Hang on. Just a second, guys.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
So here we go. We're into rack number 4. This match has been on for just short of 2 hours. Fox has finally won a rack. I wouldn't say convincingly, but he got the objective done in the end. And he's in first in rack number 4. And he's immediately gone outward. Long carom at distance again. And he's stunned that rather than thinning it. He should have just thinned that. And the visit is really short and sweet. It is only 7. And that won't get the job done. So again, it's deja vu. Mr. Fox sitting, having only scored 7, and thinking, well, here we go again. Did anybody think it was sad that that boy Twitch has committed suicide? I just thought that was very sad. I thought, I mean, he's only 40. You know, what kind of worries did the guy have? What was going on in his head? There he was on the Ellen show for goodness knows how many years. I don't know what he did as a trade in real life, whether he was just a dancer or a DJ or whatever. I don't know any history about the guy. You guys in the States there will probably know more than me. But I was quite shocked to see that, you know, he's got a wife and family. And he's bailed out. You'd have thought he'd everything going for him. You know, bound to have endorsements and things, and you know, you kind of various different deals going on. You would have thought he wouldn't have many money worries. He'd have probably made a few dollars being on the Ellen show, and probably other kind of endorsements that he'd have been doing, whether it be commercials or in business. And there you go. You just don't know what's going on in people's heads. Well, that's one way to look at it, Slim, but yeah, I just thought it was quite sad. I mean, I have to say, there's still quite a few people in the world where suicide's a good option for them, but they haven't thought about it yet. Most of them are politicians, I have to say. I would encourage suicide in their case. By all means, feel free. Pop one in your head right now. Not naming names, but you all know who I'm talking about. But no, it was quite, I was actually quite shocked. I thought, Jesus Christ, what the hell's up with the guy that he's done that? Anyway, this visit here, I mean, Cobra has suddenly only got 4 points on the board. Mr. Fox, the run is 28, and no sooner have I said that than the run is over. Another carom at distance. Hang on a minute, guys. Let me just, I want to check something here. Wrong button. Be back in a sec. I just want to check something. Have a quick look. There was only 15 in tonight. And Friday Night 9 Ball. Let's have a quick look. See if the usual suspects are there. Yes, they are. Spectre Dawn is 2-1 down against Sergaresh in round 3. Bedhead is 5-1 up against Larry, and Larry's getting the 6 ball. And they're probably only 15 in it because One Pocket Slim's not in it. That's the name that I see that's missing. I don't see his name in the bracket tonight. Slim's bailed out in the Friday Night 9 Ball. Just having a quick glance to see how things were going. Well, you know, in some sense, I agree with you, Tam. But then there's other things. I mean, you look at Robin Williams. Robin Williams, you know, he had all his self-inflicted problems, you know, drink and drugs and stuff. You know, you don't make it as a celebrity nowadays unless you've been into drink or drugs at some point in your life, and he's one of them. But he not diagnosed with some sort of an illness, wasn't he, Robin Williams? And he decided, I ain't having that. And he took the shortcut. Well, this is it's maybe only 8 at the moment, but it's vital, of course, that Fox just keeps adding to this total here to give himself first opportunity at the caroms again. That's a simple rule in Cowboy when you're up against people that can score. It's just a race, and whoever gets there first is going to have the best opportunity. It's a simple concept in Cowboy. But then again, no matter how quick you race to 90, it's about what you can do and how you can master the carom phase. Needs something to stay in play. Well, again, he's got a testy pot at an angle. This 5 ball. Cue ball's going in the right direction though. Doesn't need to worry about the cue ball. He's gone for the bank again. Again, not trusting the pot. Is he going to flick it? No, he's not. But he's not comfortable enough to be taking the pot on and tried the bank and was absolutely nowhere near it. So you can tell there's nothing, there's nothing he's comfortable with. He's not trusting his instincts. I mean, that just needed to be potted, that 5 ball. That's all you needed to do. You can't just be bailing out in a bank when it was always going to be the pot rather than banking it. I knew it was something that he had. Yeah, and obviously when you think about it as well, he's been given, Robin Williams is the type of guy who would have turned round and said, well, what's the prognosis, doctor? And the guy would have, if he's plain talking, would have said, well, you're going to end up just a vegetable sat in the corner. And, look at Robin Williams, he's hyperactive for the most part whenever he was performing. And he's not the type of guy that would like to be sat around and drip fed. And Steve finally woke up. He's did I shut Discord? Hang on a minute. I don't know whether he's hinting that he's there. I'll have a quick look. No, he's not. Oh, he is now. You took your time. Good evening. Well, he's there, but he's not hearing me. He'll no doubt realise his mic isn't working. Right, hang on again. Hello? Are we awake yet? There's no sign of life coming from Steve, but we'll hear him when he's there. He's in the commentary booth. Well, Steve, if you're looking at the stream and you're chatting away in Discord, there's no sign of life coming from you. Just to let you know that.
How about now?
Oh, I can hear you now that you've actually switched it on.
Oh, boy.
Well,
it looks like you got a good match going here.
Well, I wouldn't say it was a good match. I think that's maybe no. I wouldn't use good match. Mr. Fox, the first 2 racks can't score. Leaving himself big long force follows, can't get them. Cobra accumulating points, getting to 90. Getting into the caroms, put the pressure on Fox. Fox keeps trying the same thing, not working. Third rack, Fox does get to 90, does get to the caroms. No great scoring from Fox whatsoever. And got a lead in the 4th rack and has a good chance right now that he's back at the table. Cobra just been doing what Cobra does. 1 or 2 shots that, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, where Cobra's just lacking the Cowboy knowledge and also not taking risks by doing it. But it's working for him, and it's been good enough tonight so far. I just thought that, Fox would have too much in his armoury.
What? Well,
but,
he just made a big boo-boo here.
No sooner have I said that than and things like this have happened. He's blocked himself out on 3 or 4 occasions as well, which has stifled any chance of a run. And he's stuck in 24 again.
He's going for the old Blastola. Well, I guess Cobra's weakness is probably the carom part of this.
Well, he done pretty good in the caroms we've seen him doing so far. But like I said, there's just the odd shot where he either sees his shot and just wants to avoid it. Just 1 or 2. But, from inexperienced Cowboy players, they'll always have that in their game until they play it a lot more. But the unfortunate thing for Cobra is he won't be playing much more Cowboy after this tournament. I don't think he'll be back to the old tried and tested 9-ball.
Well, Sam, I only did the one, the 15 half corner one. And that took me quite a few tries. Between my table being tight and me not playing much pool, it took a little while to get it. I haven't spent any time doing any other ones. I'll probably do some more tonight.
Well, again, Mr. Fox is sitting there biting his nails, hoping that he comes to the table and he's still got a lead. Cobra with exactly the opposite intention. He wants to drain this deficit.
Yeah, Cobra's definitely the favorite at this point, being up 2-1.
Well, I think pretty much everybody in the stream had predicted 3-1, 3-2. I predicted a Fox win, and he still can win it. But he's at the moment that's up for grabs. It's up in the air, all dependent on how this visit goes here from Cobra. Because you would think that Fox should get to 90 in his next one. Well, again, cut the one, come across the table twice and stay outside the kitchen this time. Yep, that'll work. Yeah, now he might have gone a wee bit awkward here, but he's fine. He's got the force follow. So the run is only 12. He's
about to get 5, and the carom's going to be easy. I mean, he's on his way.
38 behind at the moment, not counting that. Well, are you all geared up for Christmas, Steve? What are you doing? Is all the family coming over, or are you having a quiet one? Or
It's going to be a quiet one.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm ready for a quiet one.
Well, you're still trying to go over Thanksgiving, aren't you? I mean, you put on £25 during Thanksgiving. You've got to be doubling that again over Christmas.
Yeah, well, there's no shortage of Christmas parties around here, but I'm only going to 3 of them. I know people that are going to
you're
2 a
only
night.
you're only going to 3. Oh, so you've cut it down. That's good.
Yep.
Cobra edges ever closer. Mr. Fox is down to the quick on each hand at the moment in his fingernails.
And he's got a chance to move the 1 ball off the rail if he wants.
Yeah, he's missed it though. But it's a good 1 ball to thin cut because the cue ball's going a nice path up the table. Tell a lie, he's on a carom. Forget it again, I've forgotten.
Yep. He's just doing the go forward. Yeah, it's looking like Cobra may be ahead when he gets done with his turn.
Yeah, he's getting close. Too close for comfort now, Mr. Fox. He means business here.
Well, that was interesting. I don't know why he just didn't play position on shooting a 5 in the corner, because you couldn't miss the carom on the 1. I mean, that's actually a harder carom than if he would have just come out and had a little angle back to the corner on the 5 ball.
I see now. Bring the 5 out, cue ball out. To probably steal. I mean, he might have had to hard enough to go right side, but either side he'll have a fairly easy carom to the 3. Yeah, he might be going too straight here. No, he's okay. Run goes to 38. See, there's been lots of solid little contributions from Cobra. And Fox has been struggling all night to be consistent and make scores. Well, a good opportunity to get rid of the 1 ball once he pots the 3. Probably stay left side as we look and just come off that 5 right into the 1 and hopefully pot it as well. That would be the general idea, by making sure he goes right onto the rail and the 1 ball if he can, rather than just hitting it direct, I think. See, there's method in the madness. Well, he almost got the pot, but he should just be going out of the kitchen. No, I think he went way out the kitchen, and well, the 1 ball's a big target where it is.
Well,
if you were up table.
He's also got a real easy carom if he just makes the 1. But I'd shoot the 5, be greedy.
Let's have a look. Well, now it's gone funny.
Yep. It certainly has. He really needed to get on the other side of that 5 ball. If he wasn't going to do that, he maybe should have just made the 1.
Well, it's the old 2-in-1 shot every day of the week. Off the 3 around the angles on the left side and into the 5 or down to the 1. With Cobra.
Yeah. And if you hit it bad, you can hit the 5 ball.
Cobra always, if he can, avoids it, goes for the draw bailout.
At least got it.
And of course, Mr. Fox, that was the other thing I forgot to mention. Mr. Fox, I can't remember what rack it was it the second rack? Mr. Fox actually got to 91st. But in the process, he potted the 3-ball when he was in 88, and that took him to 91 and blew his run. That was the other thing I forgot to mention. He committed one of the numpty fouls that you do in Cowboy. There's either the scratch off the stun from the 5 to the 3 or the 1, or there's going over the score and not paying attention to the HUD, and he fell foul of that one.
Yeah, that's easy to do. Semi-pro, I'm going to do all of those on my pool table, a real pool table. I'll do all those routines.
So, Cobra, the run is 59, but more importantly, the lead is 9.
Except if you've done that draw thing I gave you.
Oh, he's missed it. He's missed the carom.
Yeah, here we go.
Well,
Fox has got his chance.
Well, Mr. Fox will be surprised.
Oh man, Semi, you want me to record them? Last time I tried to do that for the stupid, the one I put up on Facebook that Max Eberly came up with, where he had a contest. I did it 5 times before I got on the recording. It was just a pain in the ass. Everything went wrong. The battery ran out. The recorder stopped. I forgot to turn it on. Well, the first time I did it, I didn't start with a cue ball in the kitchen, which wasn't legal. It was like, it took me 5 times to do it before I got it. And that drill is that drill's actually a pretty tough drill, especially on my table.
Here we go again. This is what Fox has been leaving himself all night. He's been leaving them big, long caroms. He gets that one, gets the extra bonus point, takes him to 82. The 5 takes him to 87. And how's that finished? Let's have a look.
Well, he's okay here.
Yeah, he's overcutting the 5.
He can get to the 1 ball before the 5 ball comes around and hits it. Or it's probably going to go to the long rail side of it. Yeah.
Now it needs to get out of the way. Can he see the 1?
Maybe he might. If he puts left English on it, he might be able to throw it in. It's really tight.
Yeah, I think he can tweak that in. Yeah, he's got to play it. Yeah, I mean that will go if you just twist it a little bit.
I always think you need left English on this shot, and in VP it seems like it throws enough. You don't. We'll see what he does. Me looking at it, I think it needs left English, and that's what he's doing. You don't want to hit this hard because you need it to throw.
Yeah.
Yep, he's got it.
And of course, the simple one to get to 90. Now, what does he do? Does he follow this through with spin to go below the 1? Let's have a look at the angle he's got. No, he's worried about the 5 ball.
No, you don't want to take any chances. And he misses the freaking carom. That's unbelievable.
Oh, I thought he was on a pot again. Again, I'm not paying attention.
He just that was not a hard carom. I can't believe he missed that.
Well, he's still short of 90 then. That's another fail.
Yeah, some of the Darren Appleton ones are pretty tough. I haven't set up. No, actually, I did set up and do one. The one where you go like 15 balls straight up the middle of the table. I did that one. That one was pretty tough.
Well, Cobra having to start with a 1 ball because he's. I think it's. Well, he could have potted the 3. He's gone for the. Oh, he had to go for the carom again. Again, I'm not paying attention. I need to get to bed.
Yeah, now he's on the funny number, so he needs a 1 ball and he needs a carom.
Well, he should get that.
He's got a pretty darn easy carom down here. Yeah, see, I would have brought the cue ball down closer. I don't get leaving the cue ball like that. I would have brought the cue ball down where it was just a gimme on the 3-5 carom. I mean, I know in VP the length doesn't hurt you as much, but still, you know, accuracy-wise.
Well, he's got that good because he's gone behind the 5 and he's got a long force follow.
Yeah, he likes these force follows. Well, that Fox would have been an advantage if he could have got up in the 90s.
The long force follows are, I mean, they catch everybody out. They're so misleading and so delicate to pick that very fine line on the object ball to get that cue ball to track.
Sure, any of those force followers or stuns, overs, they work a lot better if you're got balls close to each other. I think that's the most important thing in this carom part is trying to keep balls close.
Oh yeah, you do that, you're in with a shot. Yeah. But it hasn't finished nice here for Fox.
I like this shot. I like five ball 2 rails into the 3.
Oh yeah, the 5 to the 3 is a shot, most certainly.
Yeah.
And he's looking around, you know, but I mean, there's nothing else to look at.
Well, it's like very obvious that that's a shot, and he's not going to do that. See, this is where I think guys could play a lot better Cowboy. Is that, you know, like that kind of shot isn't the best way to shoot that.
Yeah, because you see the way the 1 ball's going there, that could have easily ended up in the hole. But he's again got away with it.
Well, he can follow this if he goes off the rail. I don't know about directly to the 1 ball.
He's going to skim it. Yeah. And behind it.
I think he was trying to get direct to it. I think he just play for off the rail. It's a pretty easy hit.
Well, the little draw into the 3. Banking the 1 across the table. He might get a double kiss here, the way this is looking. Yeah. And did he get the hit, though?
No, he didn't. He did not get the hit.
Look at the way this is finished. Look at the way this is gone.
And if he hits this 1 ball correctly, he can have a real easy caroms on the 1-5 and maybe milk it. The only thing is you got to make sure you don't make the 3 ball.
Yeah, he's going to the jaw.
See, he needed to cut it on the other side of the pocket because he wanted to bump the other 1 ball on the other side so that he could get lined up, you know, the 1-5. This kind of draw shot's not any good.
Yeah, this is not gathering the balls. He's having to work for his next one. Now, what does he do? Let's have a look. What would Man Stink say here?
Well, I'm sure he's doing some kind of follow. I mean, that's what he seems to like.
5 ball needs to stay out of the way, and it has done. Again, he's struggling to stay at the table. But he's got the 5 to the 1.
Yeah, that's not a guarantee.
It's not guaranteed, but I like where the 5 ball's going up.
But he's playing it the right way by hitting his 5 thin. I think that's the best way to play it.
Well, the 5 ball, he hit it soft because the 5 ball's not come into the table.
Now, this is a kind of hit going to the 3 that's pretty easy. Because the biggest problem is a little more than 30 degrees. She's gone on the thin side.
Oh, yeah, got it. And of course, Cobra's got nothing pretty here either.
This is where, you know, you got to know how to play billiards. I think the 2-railer from the 3 to the 5 is pretty easy.
Well, this is like a partial bank on the 3 ball, so that you're not going anywhere near the corner pocket, I think.
The thing is, it's like a half ball hit.
Yeah, half ball. You might get a bonus here, depending on the spin. Oh, look at this now.
You got to recognize those quarter to half ball hits because they come up a lot, and the key is knowing that it's the cue ball is going to want to come off at 30 degrees. And it makes those kind of shots really easy because you know where the cue ball is going to go. I mean, you can miss your line a little into the object ball and still be fine.
Cobra's 2 behind. It's going to be the draw again. Now, I think I'd prefer drawing from the 1 to the 3 because the 1 may well hit the knuckle and go across the table towards the 5. I don't know whether he, in fact, it looks close to the knuckle, but it might get a good roll here, this 1 ball. Yeah, it's hit the knuckle, but it's gone the other way. Well, I would thin the 1 ball with right English and try and get to the rail just to try and check the cue ball. The shot's on. I'd much prefer that shot. It's a far safer shot going the right side of the 1 ball as we look with a bit of left English on it, I think, just to control
All right,
that cue
guys.
ball.
I'm posting the link. All you guys need to watch this so that you understand why a half ball hit is so powerful and what the angles are. It'll make playing billiards a lot easier.
Well, he's given this a
It'll
lot of
make
thought.
playing pool easier. Yeah, that's a hard shot, you
Yep.
know, when you're trying to draw the ball back and it's curving like that.
See, that shot there looked far easier to me. Get the left edge of that 1 ball with right English so that when it hits, you get it thick enough with right English, it's going to check the cue ball just so it takes the line into the ball. It's a sort of guarantee shot that you'll get there. And Fox is, well, this is feathered light touch. He wants to hit this 1 as thin as he can. Yeah. Oh, and it's gone. It's still okay.
This is fine. If you want, you can even kick behind it.
Oh, this is good now. Now he's got to just think about this 1 ball. This is where he has to get the 1 ball in play. So I think he needs to bump this a wee bit harder because he's on 99. He wants to bump that 1 ball out into the table. Oh, he's not. I think
that's not bad.
He can punch it away.
Shot there.
Look at the blue donut.
Bad at all.
The blue donut there.
This isn't bad at all. He's too much into the rail.
Right English.
He's a little bit too much into the rail.
Perfect.
Oh, he got it anyways. Good shot.
So, we're into a final rack decider, folks. And Mr. Fox is taking a break.
We've got a Donnybrook.
Yeah. So it's anybody's game now. And again, the crucial one is that Cobra's breaking. And he's got the pot and the carom, got the open table. Now, Cobra won the lag in the first rack, and I think he put 62 together in his first visit. And he needs something like that right now. And again, the pot and the carom for the open table. But, what pulled him through there in that rack was, getting the balls into control and being able to manipulate those caroms fairly swiftly and get the job done. So we are now 2 hours and 34 minutes into the match.
Yeah, well, we know Cobra's not fast, and Fox is a little bit on the deliberate side, but they'll get there. I mean, somebody's going to win this game.
Well, Interchange X has been sitting in the stream because he's waiting to scalp one of these guys in the next round. I wish that was vodka. So the run in its early stages, the run is 18. The pot's not the problem. It's what he wants to, and he's stuck to the rail. That's the limitation he's got here. He's just trying to get left or right side, and he's fine. Now he can either bail out with a draw, or he can play a not too difficult force forward to the one. This is fairly easy to pick.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see Interchange X match. I think he plays good enough to beat both these guys, but he's going to have to play better than he's been playing.
Yeah, well, it can always fall into line at the right time.
Interchange X, if you're still here, take a look at that link. That will help you a lot. Pay particular attention to the graph on angle versus how much ball you're taking. Now, this is when you're just rolling them. Well, take a hard look at that graph, because I don't think you know that one. Not from what I've seen. I mean, that's really the basis for playing billiards is that one graph about how the cue ball comes off an object ball between a half and 3/4 ball, or between a quarter and 3/4 ball hit.
Well, Cobra's going to need a little recovery shot here, because he's finished awkward with these two balls in the top rail, and that's one way of recovering it. That's beautiful.
Let's watch the replay of that last shot.
Got all the balls spotted in one shot. And the run goes to 36. And counting.
You know, I guess this snake he's got's an improvement. I mean, certainly the cowboy hat ties in well. I like that, but that looks like Casper the Friendly Snake or something like that. It doesn't look like a cobra at all.
It looks like Kaa. It looks like Kaa out of Disney's Jungle Book.
Is that it?
How's he done here? Well, I think this is fine. Even if he misses the 5, he's bound to hit the 3. This is quite a good line.
Well, the only thing is, depending on where he hits the one ball.
Yeah, that's fine. That was a good backup shot. Now, how is he for a follow-up pot? Well, he's fine now. The one ball's come right into play. 3 balls a little bit of a dicey cut, so...
Oh, he'll shoot the 5 ball. I can't imagine him not shooting a 5 ball.
Oh no, I would shoot the 1. I mean, you don't want to be taking anything where it involves an angle if you can help it at this stage. But he's took the 3 on, and looking good.
That gave him the easy carom. That was probably a smart shot.
And this is what Cobra needed. The question is...
That's the right play to play the 5 ball. He didn't get it there, though.
You know, what's Fox going to be asked to give up here as and when he gets to the table? Or will he get to the table? Are we going to see a complete run out here from Cobra? That's a possibility.
I'm going to take the under on that one.
Well, who is it that said earlier on? Yama's posted a video on the videos on VP4 of a 101 run in Cowboy.
Well, Yama's certainly capable. I mean, he knows how to play billiards. I mean, that's some kind of surprise he's not in this tournament. Anybody that knows how to play billiards has got a huge advantage playing this game. I'm just really surprised we don't have more billiard players.
Well, I think the main problem for Yama is he can't commit himself to tournaments in this time zone. I think that's the major problem for him.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. It's it's tough because we don't have the people in the Philippines, Japan, Australia, it's tough because they're on at funny times. I mean, the U.S. is not too bad compared to Europe, and we've probably got more active players in Europe. Although I could actually tell you the stats on that.
Oh yeah, you probably have.
Let's see. I haven't looked at them in a long time. Let me see what it looks like.
Well, this is extremely dangerous for Mr. Fox now. The run goes to 61. Now I said it the previous visit that Cobra had that he was going to break his high run of what I think was 62, was it? And then he came up short.
Let's see. Customers by country. Well, the United States is by far the biggest.
Yeah. But how many active ones? Out of those X amount of customers, only 3 of them are active. Larry, Slim, and who else? Hog.
Let's see who's actually active and see. So, yeah, there's actually 3 times as many active players from the U.S. than there is from the U.K. We just don't, the U.S. players don't seem to be participating as much. And Germany's 3rd, Canada's 4th. Believe it or not, China's 5th. Then Australia, Finland, Russia, Netherlands, France, Brazil.
The run goes to 66. The table's gone a little bit awkward here with the 3 ball going dead in the top rail.
Well, I would think he'd shoot the 5 here. I'm not quite sure why he would think about shooting the 1 because he gets himself in a good position for the carom if he just shoots the 5.
Yeah, the other problem is you
draws it back a little or lets it go straight out.
Yeah, but if you take the 1, you're taking some of that 5 as well, and you don't know where the cue ball could end up.
No, I mean I would just shoot the 5 here and draw it back a little.
Well, I think
if you go straight out,
just
straight
roll
out's fine too.
Roll it in and come out behind the 1. You've got a 1 to 5, no problem, like that. Well, he's gone a wee bit too far.
He put some right English on it. Is what he did.
Well, maybe the intention was always to play the 5 to 3. I think he's so ugly in this 1 to 5. It looks more like he's played the 5 to 3. And the run now. Now that's that's fine. He can get rid of the 1. He's fine. 72.
That's what he's going to do.
But this is what champions do in tournament matches. This is what happens. Cobra has been asked a question. Mr. Fox from 2-0 down back to 2-all. Cobra gets in first. And the deciding rack decides, right, well, I'm going to try and take this game away from you. And that's exactly what he's doing right now.
Oh, yeah, the brain fell out's right. I mean, the Americans work a lot harder than just about everybody. I mean, in Europe, it really varies. I mean, if you go someplace like Belgium, their work day goes like this. They get to work at 8. They work for 4 hours. They go to lunch. They have a 2-hour lunch and get drunk. They come back and stay there for a couple hours doing nothing because they're drunk and they go home. So the Belgians only work 4 hours a day.
Well, see, that's different. The Scots go to bed drunk, get up half sober, get drunk, drive illegally to work drunk, work their 9 to 5 shift, sobering up, leave the work, go to the pub, get drunk, go home, beat the wife, drink some more, go to bed, and that's the same routine. That's a stereotypical Scot.
I like this play, except he should have gone 3 rails. See, what was wrong with that shot was he spun it up trying to go 2 rails.
Yeah,
it
but
was
look,
natural to go 3 rails.
but look where he is. He's perfect.
Yeah.
90 now. And, well, I forgot he was on a carom again.
But he's got this. I mean, he's got the 3, and then he's going to, we'll see what he plays for a carom. He's going to be a little funny, but he's got a pretty easy 2-rail carom back to the 5 ball if he just hits that 3 and backs it up a few inches. See if that's what he plays. That's what I'd be thinking, is I'd be just back it up a little and then play a 2-railer into the 5.
He's trying to
he's
get.
Going,
he's
he
trying
went
to
for
get
the extra point right there.
Well, I think primarily was trying to get above the 3, but further over to the left, he's gone awkward here, and it's going to be one of these long force follows.
Force follows.
Or he could do a crazy big stun and try and go over to the 5, but he's more likely to take the force follow.
I thought the stun was actually easier, but what, it's interesting.
Well, this is delicate. I think it's too delicate, this. I think if you were going to play the 3 to the 5, I think, again, you would have to play this really thin. And I don't like it. Yeah, he's going 5 to the rail and kick the 3. And that's nice. Well, this is impressive. An impressive response from Cobra when he's been threatened.
Yeah, well, that's what you got to do to win stuff. Is you got to play good at the right times.
Yeah, you come out fighting and you produce it when it's demanded of you. And this is exactly what Cobra's come up with. He's come up with the goods.
Yeah, and he needs to not take any chances because you don't want to lose these points. Nothing crazy. And Cobra plays smart. I mean, I don't think you'll see Cobra do anything wild. He'll accept the fact that he may miss the carom. I don't think he'll do anything crazy. Something that could pot a ball or.
92. Now, what does he do? Does he bank this 3 and draw to the 1? Is he going to skim the 3 and go to the 5? I think he's going to play safe and skim to the 5. Soon find out when he jacks up. Yeah, it's.
He's coming back.
He has to bring this 3 around the table. Has it got the legs? He can certainly overcut the 1 and spin to the 3, I think, can't he? Maybe not.
Maybe. Yeah, that's a little bit funny. He'd have to draw that. He doesn't have any. He can get to the 3. He's going to have to draw it if he wants to come off the 1.
He's banking it and coming across, yeah.
Watch out. Well, geez, he almost made that 3 ball.
That was supposed to be the safe attempt, and that's an excellent run from Cobra. A run of 94.
That would have been tragic if that 3 ball went in.
Oh, well, it wouldn't be the first time sitting there crying in front of your PC.
Yeah, I would have played the 1 ball because I thought that was safer. Just cut the 1 ball and hit it with a draw and left English and spin it over. I didn't think that was a risky shot.
Well, the point of no return for Mr. Fox.
Well, now Fox has to respond. I mean, that's basically what it's come down to is Fox is going to need to respond because Cobra has shown some mettle, and now mettle is an METTLE, not TAL.
Yeah, well, this focuses the mind. We should be.
Yeah, he's just got to do it here. I mean, that's a great thing about competition is, seeing people rise to the occasion or, I mean, sometimes you fail. But that's a great thing about it. There's nothing like that feeling where you're just really pumped up and, you're on the table and you have to perform. And that's why I like gambling playing pool because, I can understand how people get addicted to gambling. I don't because I don't, I don't get that excited about, sports betting or casino. I'll do it, but I don't, it's not like but pool is different. Like pool, I get excited about because you just get all pumped up and it's almost like you're only alive when you're doing that. The rest of your life just seems kind of dull. But when you're on the table playing for money, it's like you're alive. You're so in tune with everything.
Yeah, and it's something you're actually physically doing yourself. If you're gambling on horses, I mean, there's people get a great buzz out of that, but you're not doing anything other than picking the winner.
But it's interesting because that's what people like. Because most people do not like to put themselves in a position where they have to perform for a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
They hate it. The average person doesn't like to. The average person likes to bet at the track, but they don't like to put money on themselves and have to perform.
Well,
but
Mr. Fox tried to recover with the bank. He's done.
And that's why playing in these world championships is so great because you're going to get that feeling in situations like this. Fox knows he's got to bring it here or he's done.
Well, Fox is going to get another go at least because the 3 ball's obviously dead. So Cobra's just going to bide his time and pick the caroms as and when he can get them. And he's more than likely going to have a shot at the 101.
Slim sounds like he's eating at the high dollar places. Yeah, I mean, this is.
Well, there's.
Oh boy, that's just
Fox making sure that he keeps the 3 ball there. The plan was to try and work with the 5 and 1 there for a little while, but he's blown a gasket straight away.
Oh boy. Yeah, Cobra's good at this shot.
That's 1 ball.
Cobra's shot. Watch out.
This 1 ball's coming right into play here. That's perfect.
That's beautiful. Yep. And he can hit this pretty soft here. Just a little dink.
And he can dink. Well, how much does you want to dink this? Because the 1 ball's obviously leaking away.
I think you got to play off the 1 ball here. I don't like playing off the 5. I mean, playing off the 5 is probably okay. He's going to draw off the 5. This is okay.
Now that if it just keeps going, that's a pretty good line for the post follow. Just got to watch the pace in the 1 ball though. Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 ball is in play. I don't like this at all.
No, he's got it. He's got it fine.
Yeah, I guess it's easier to shoot that on the 10-footers. That thing came up way short.
Well, this is where he's probably going to play a half-hearted attempt at getting one, but not too much pace on it.
Well, this is a tricky hit here. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, this is tricky. And you hit it beautifully.
Let's have a look. I think he's home and dry here. He's just got
this
double kiss tight. Again.
He's got to miss the double kiss. It's pretty close.
But you can't turn it down. You've got to go for it and just take the risk and hope. Yeah. I think he's.
This is pretty close. The 1 ball needs to clear before the cue ball gets there. That's the only way that's going to work.
I think it will. Oh, he hasn't picked a line though.
Yeah, that was tough there. That was very close.
I think in actual fact, the more I look at it, had he picked a line better, he probably would have ran into it.
Yeah, that was tough. Well, if there was ever a now or never moment, this is it.
Well, I know what I know what I'd be doing. I mean, I'd be making sure that the 1 ball is up by the 3.
Well, he's got to shoot the 3 here, doesn't he? Doesn't he want to get the 3 in play?
If he's going to mess about, then he has to keep the 1 ball safe, obviously. But you've got to get the 3 ball in play and score.
he's down so far, I don't think he can afford to mess about. I think he's just got to go for it, because you sit here and try to figure out how to be safe on the one. You need to score a lot of points at this point.
Yeah, well, there is that, but you've got to sometimes just be a little bit patient and know when to wind it in. You can still leave this really awkward for Cobra if you're getting out of line. You're just trying to protect yourself and give yourself at least another visit to the table and score a bit more. Now,
well, he's
well,
I think he's okay here. Yeah.
Well, everything's going to get messed up here.
Well, now he's not
he's nailed.
okay.
Now he's nailed. So this is where
it might go off the 5 ball.
Well, I'll tell you something right now, Steve. You know what I'd be doing? I'd be losing my 11 points and just hooking him behind the 3. Even if he loses the points, and he has done.
Yeah, but he could have kept him there. He just need to get to the end rail.
Yeah, but he'll take that. But Cobra, I don't think he can hit this thick enough to go 3 rails. I think it's too thin.
I'd be unhappy about that if I was me. I'd want to keep my points, because at that point you've made progress. Right now he's made 0 progress. So he's going to get to the table again, but he's in the same boat he was in last time. Yeah, that was a pretty good attempt, but no good.
So now he can try again.
Yeah, you've got to keep your points. I mean,
well, of course, if he had got to the rail, it would have been fine. But again, it was only 11 points. It wasn't, it wasn't 40 points and then not getting to a rail. But now he's in last chance saloon, where he must protect the 1 ball at all costs.
He's in last chance saloon every time to the table here.
Yeah.
Should Fox try a 3 foul? Well, that would be an interesting strategy. I don't think it's very good from where he is right now.
Yeah, the thing is, Slim, again, it's a question of whether he's switched on to that. I know I would be. I'd be trying to manipulate these balls one way or another.
It's hard to 3 foul people, I mean, it really is. You got to play a lock-up safeties, because it's just that's a hard way to go, and he's not in a position to do it right now, but maybe he can get himself into.
Well, he's played the pot in the draw. He's now on the 5-1.
Yeah, I think that if he gets an opportunity to where he can really lock him up, it might be worth playing for 3 foul. I think that's an interesting idea. But if you're gonna think about that strategy, you got to put the balls in the right positions.
Exactly.
You want to get yourself down there at the end of the table where you can, do a lockup safe where you're locked right against the ball.
Yeah, but the thing is, Steve, that scenario works in your favour a bit more if your opponent has scratched with balls in the kitchen. It's the one thing that would help Fox is if Cobra scratched somewhere and the balls were down this end of the table towards us. That would give Fox a good chance. But then the thing is, if Cobra switched on and he was on 1 foul, then rather than playing out the kitchen to try and hit the ball, the safer thing to do is just to push one of the balls that's in the kitchen up the table and take the second foul, because then it makes it more difficult for Fox to put you in trouble. You see, that's why you're sitting in 100, but you've got to be wise and wary of what Fox might be trying to do. So, if he tries to get you in 2 fouls and you're already in 1, the simple thing to do is to take the second foul, but make sure you knock 1 or 2 balls out the kitchen, and then you'll take that opportunity away from him. You won't fall into the trap. But when you're focused and your mind's on different things, you can let yourself fall into that trap. So you've got to be wary of it. And of course, every move that Fox makes has to be successful. But above all, if he does miss, that 1 ball has to be really awkward somewhere to give him another bite at the cherry.
Yeah, I've been in positions where, you know, I could three-fall a guy maybe. You know, you get him on 2, and then you're looking at it and you go, well, I've got like a 30% chance I'm going to get a lockup safe, and it's a 90% chance I'm going to get a snooker. But you're playing a really good player, and it's like, you know, if I get him locked up, it's probably 30 or 40% chance he's still going to hit the ball and make a good hit. And if I don't get him locked up, it's probably, you know, 85, 90% chance he's going to hit it. So when you've got ball in hand and you got a situation where you've got the guy on 2, you've got to really think about, you know, running
really
out.
nail it or run out. Yeah. Well, in snooker,
Well,
you look at the pros in snooker. I mean, you know, there's a guy at the table. He needs 2 snookers. He's probably got to get most top end pros if they're needing 2 snookers, and you know, there's like 1 red left in the table and all the colours. He's probably got to get between 10 and 15 snookers before he'll get 1, maybe. You know, it's so tough at the highest level of snooker. And it's probably exactly the same in pool. You know, the guys are so damn good at picking the angles. You've really got to nail him in a corner somewhere where he can't get out.
It is. If I'm playing a numpty, you know, I'm almost always going to try to
Oh, yeah.
foul him at that point. But if I'm playing a pro, I'm probably going to try to run out. And,
Yeah.
you know, unless I feel like I can really get him on a lockup safe, I'm probably going to try to run out because it's just.
There's no point. You can sit there for 20 odd minutes in a rack, getting nowhere, and the next thing you know, you've lost it.
Well, here's the thing: is you let some guy to the table, you know, you give him a 3-rail kick, and he 3-rail kicks it and kicks safe. Okay, where you had a table with no trouble on it that you could have just run out,
and then the shoes in the other foot. Yeah.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden it's like you're looking at losing the game because you didn't take the opportunity to run out.
Well, I'm teaching these Americans, Tam. Steve now knows what a numpty is.
Yeah, I do. That's actually a pretty good word.
It's a good word because you can more or less work it out yourself. Oh, that was a numpty shot, that. But I'm not going to tempt fate and say anything here because I don't want to be blamed for jinxing the guy.
Well, you know, Fox is on a nice run here.
Well, Steve's prepared. He's prepared. He's waded straight in feet first.
Muppet.
Well, Muppet's another one. Yeah, Muppet's like a numpty. Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought a Muppet was a Jim Henson character.
Yeah, well, that's where it comes from. But you know,
it does. Okay.
Yeah, you probably hear maybe more English people use it. Certain parts of London probably might say it. Oh, you Muppet. Oh, well, I'll tell you something. He missed the first ball. Oh, no, he was good for the out, wasn't he? In fact, I've just realised it was Cobra that was at the table. I'm getting totally confused now, trying to read the chat and look at what's happening at the table.
Well, you know, Fox is playing us pretty smart, but
aye.
Cobra's gonna win this, I think.
Now there's a Scottish term, Steve.
Hide the ball?
No, not hide the ball. Heed the ball. That's how you say it.
Heed the ball.
Heed as in head. That's the Scottish word for head. It's heed, H-E-I-D. But when you call somebody a heed the ball, that's another term for numpty. Yep. These are all popular colloquialisms. Heed the ball.
I'll tell you what, the Mexicans have all kinds of things, plays on words that are like, you know, the literal translation is nothing like the meaning of what they're trying to tell you.
Oh dear. Well, Fox in 68, back at the table. A chance to get to 90. Still, it seems an awful long way away. But, you know...
Well, you know, I mean, the big thing is being able to get through the carom phase. That's the tough part. I mean, he could probably get to the 90. The question is he going to be able to get through the carom phase?
It'll be,
And if he likes
it'll be
Cobra
good.
to the table, is he going to, leave him in a bad position?
He'll be a good favourite if he can get to 90. I'll tell you what will make him a good favourite. If he can get to 90 and the balls are actually in good shape immediately, that could give him the chance to run out. Because between the two of them, if it's to get to the outshot and get it done, Fox is by far the biggest favourite to do it.
You got to figure he's going to shoot the one ball.
He's in trouble here, though.
No, I think
he's going to try. He's going to try and bail out. No, he's doing the right thing. He's thinking. He's making sure that he's not taking any risks and he's protecting the one ball. That's the most important thing. But has he protected it enough, though? I think there's a fair chunk of that one. He's out. He's out.
No, he can see the edge of it. That's all he needs is the edge.
This is over. No, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. Tried to get the cover. Didn't get there. So Cobra goes through, and nobody predicted 3-2 to Cobra. I'll tell you that right now. Nobody predicted it. I think it was 3-2 to Fox was one of them, but nobody predicted that. So Cobra is through. Let's have a quick check, and we'll get confirmation. And we'll also have a look at the stats, because it'll be interesting to see the stats in this pair, in this match. Now, what did I say was playing Interchange X? So that is going to be a big challenge. Now, that's the wrong thing. That's Friday Night 9-ball. That's Friday Night 9-ball. No wonder I'm thinking, who the hell are these guys?
Yeah, that should be a good match between Interchange X and Cobra.
Let's have a look. Right, that's better. Right, so we at the top of the bracket, we've got one Pocket Slim in round 4, waiting to play the winner of Albinari and Wanma. Now, Wanma was in the stream earlier on, and I was saying, talking about the deadline, and Wanma said that he'd proposed for tonight for Albinari, but Albinari was never really around on Friday night because I think he's working, so it won't be tonight. And the deadline is Sunday, 10 p.m. my time, and I probably won't be able to get it whatever time they set it at, because I'm now up at 2 a.m. in the morning. So keep your eye out for that match, guys. And then, of course, the winner will play one Pocket Slim. And in the bottom of the draw, we've got Cobra now playing Interchange X. Now, where did Mr. Fox go? Hang on, where's that? Let's have a look. Right, so he's now waiting on the winner of Mark Shark and LS3. And Mr.
Which
Fox
is tomorrow. They're playing tomorrow.
They're playing tomorrow at 7:30. So Fox will be the favourite to come through in that match. Whoever he plays, he'll be a strong favourite. He'll be probably a lot more comfortable because he's not expecting as heavy a scoring and consistency from either of these two. And that's probably how it'll pan out. Further up the bracket, we've got Tornado Tam against VP Monster, aka Crazy Cow. That'll be a good match to watch. And above that, we have Jose against Tommy. Tommy will be the favourite in that one to come through. And further up again, we have the match between Woody and Fast Eddie.
Tomorrow.
And that is tomorrow as well at 8. Right.
Your time.
Well, I won't be doing that one because that's too late for me. So I'll watch the start of it, but then I'm going to go to bed because I've got to get up early for Sunday morning. So that is it. Oh, aye, that was what I was going to do. Let's have a look at the stats for Cobra. Cobra. Delete 1. That's in there. And then put in Fantastic and delete 1. And it's finding nothing. It's deleted everything. What the hell is that up to? Fantastic. Why did it delete them all there? Ah, there he is.
You spelled it wrong.
Right. Go.
Good playing, Cobra.
Well done, Cobra. A good,
Yeah.
a good
Look at the
big run at the end.
percentage. Very close shot percentage. It was a very close match. I mean, that was one of the closer matches we've had.
Moneyball shot 3 and 2, of course. Direct points is pretty much neck and neck. Look at that. But the Karen points, Cobra's got the more of them because obviously he had the big run as well at the end. Not an awful lot in it, but Moneyball shot 7. Moneyball's made 3. And the difference there is Mr. Fox obviously won his 2 racks. He had 3 shots at the Moneyball, missed one of them.
Well, yeah, that's a little deceiving because sometimes you're hooked and just kicking at it or something, you know.
Yeah. Well, that is it, guys. I mentioned earlier on, I was up at 3 a.m. this morning because my plumbing wasn't right. Not my plumbing, but my actual plumbing. Everything's fine now. So I'm taking an early night. In fact, we could go and have a quick look at Friday Night 9 Ball to see how things are going. I see Larry
Take a
was
look at the
playing
bracket.
Spectre Dawn there. What's happened there? Bedhead is playing Sergeresh Bet. In fact, Kel and I, Bedhead's in the hot seat in the final, sorry. And Spectre Dawn is playing Sergeresh right now. And Sergeresh, in fact, what time is it? 20 to 10. I'll watch this match and then you guys can watch the final. Because the final's to 9 and that's just a bit too... Oh, that's the wrong colour and I hate that. I need to go to blue, hang on. Because this is only a race to 4 anyway, isn't it? So we're 1 rack all. Sergeresh getting the 8 ball. Right, see how Cobra said good night 10 minutes ago, probably. Good night. He's off to bed. He's got the right idea.
Boy, that was almost a really good shot.
Well, tuck it up towards the 5, come back towards the 3. He's got it a bit too thin.
That was not a very good shot. That was a pretty easy safety there.
Yeah, he needed to tuck that further up towards the 5. And
well, he's going to be sorry now. Oh, why is he hitting it so easy? I would have taken the 1 ball up table.
Well, I don't know whether he can. I think can he get to that 1 without fouling the 5? I don't.
If
I'm not so
he
sure.
can, he should just roll up on it. But this is actually this is probably a better way to go because you can hook him on the 5. And he hit that a little too hard, a little easier, and he's got him pinned on that 5 ball. You know,
I think, does he want to just tweak this a bit and probably pot the 1 up into the corner? I think he can.
Yeah, he hits this with inside. I think he can make the 1 ball.
I think he can get that.
I think he's got to hit it with inside if
he's
going
not
to shoot it.
He's not even giving it a thought. I'm surprised he didn't look closer at that. But anyway, that works.
Not really. I mean, anytime you leave a guy a shot like this, you got to figure you're getting hooked, you know, and that was just not well played. You just don't want to leave a guy that close to the ball. You know, especially with all the blockers there, it's just amazing that he didn't get a hook. That's not very effective. Wow. Good night, Cobra. This is not what you want to leave yourself after you make a ball. You don't want to leave yourself that. Boy, that was well hit. Just didn't hit it hard enough. Yeah, I think that's a good choice. And well executed. I think you got enough room you can roll forward and shoot that 5 on the side. Oh, he's fine here. Oh, I got a meeting. I gotta go. Thanks, guys. Yep. Good night, everybody. Well, hopefully I'll be around tomorrow. We'll see.
Oh,
All
I'm
right. Good
I'm
night.
muted again. I hit the button by accident, fiddling about there, trying to find Friday Night 9 Ball. Right, that's Steve gone. I'll be gone in a minute or two as well, guys. We won't be hanging around. We'll see this and that's it. I've got to pull the plug. But it was Bedhead that put Sergeresh here, wasn't it? I've even forgotten that already. Yes, he did. He beat Sergeresh 7-4, so Sergeresh is out for revenge if he can overcome Spectre Dawn. Spectre Dawn into the lead. Sergeresh getting the 8 ball, which is not going to be much use to him if he's not at the table and he's not potting anything else. And Spectre Dawn already is favourite for this rack for 3-1. This looks, well, even where the 6 ball is, it shouldn't be that difficult to get behind the 7 to take it into the side or down the rail here into the corner. So you would think this rack's pretty much done and dusted. I suppose it is getting out of the 4 onto the 6 that really matters. And he doesn't want to finish straight in the 6. That's the one thing he can't be dealing with. I mean, he could end up playing a 7-9 combo if that was the case, but he wants to have some sort of angle off the 6, which he's got. But he's maybe, he's not straight enough. He's got more angle than he probably could be dealing with. He might try and drag the pace off this. And that's also clever, using the 8 ball. And this is just a dink, dead weight, and he'll have the angle to cut the 8 and up the table for the 9 in the down the rail. So dead simple when you get that ball into the spots each time. Yeah, I don't think getting the 8 ball gives Sergeresh any advantage whatsoever over Spectre Dawn. Considering you've got to be running, 5-6 balls to probably get to that 8 ball, and you've got to have that opportunity to do it. And if that 6 ball goes in, which it does, and also the 2 ball is gone, I think. Well, this corner pocket could be quite a big pocket if he wants to try banking the 1 over to this corner. I mean, it looks really thin to try and cut the 1, but if you look at where the 7 ball is, it makes the pocket huge. No, he's just trying to duck. And that won't work. So here's Sergeresh with a chance, but he's got to work to the 3 and 4 and leave the 5-7 combo. You can't be trying anything elaborate. Take what you've got and deal with it. Now, what would I be doing here? I'd be stunning down onto the rail and back up the table. I don't know whether he can hold that there. Well, he's not done anything. He's chickened out. And that's not a good shot. mean, he had all the room in the world to get up the table to play that combo, and that's a big fail. And unless he gets this 5-ball safe somewhere or in a hole, he won't be playing any more shots. That was a good shot. Let's have a look. It's off the rail. I expect him to get it. He's got to watch the cue ball though, because it was threatening to scratch. So this to get it back to within 1. And watch the cue ball again. Don't let it run. Well, the 8-ball, or what, I thought it was 8-ball, maybe it was a 4. My eyes have gone at this time of night. It was the 4. I think he can get enough of the 1. And he'll be able to cut that 2. Well, he would much rather have been cutting it, because now he's got to punch this 2 in and get the cue ball out. Make sure he doesn't hit it too soft that he stuns across behind the 6. Well, he's well short of that. Now, that 5-ball goes past the 7. He's got to get the cue ball behind the 5 and just out the other side of it, I think. Well, he's trying to come on the inside to cut it the other way. That'll work. That's a perfect angle. That's worked very nicely. Now, that might be a bit too straight. Well, no, he can pinch a bit and stun it, and he'll be able to see the 7. And nothing to do with the cue ball here than make sure you're high enough in the 8. And remember, he only needs the 8-ball, so we're going to a final rack decider. And that's a good little run there for Serganesh. And now it's anybody's game. Oh, I think it's dry. It most certainly is. And what's more, I think that Spectre Dawn can see the 1, but what does he do with the 2-ball? 2-ball's blocked out. Is he trying to come right up the table, or is he going to... I think he's too straight to try and bump into the 2. I don't think he's got enough angle. But he's trying to get somewhere down close to it. And that ain't good. Oh, now he's a quick look at the 9-8 combo into the side. That's never missing. So he's playing the little billiard. And again, that's being aware of what's going on around you and paying attention. That's what you've always got to do. Remember what I said, don't make a move until you've covered all the bases. Well, that 7, 9 and 3 are pretty good to use as cover. But I think he's sitting so awkward in the 2-ball, and that 5-ball's in the way. But I think that's what he's trying. He's trying to come back into this corner here, I think. And use that 3-ball. But he's not got close enough. And the old bailout jump stick. Cue ball's falling in though. Cue ball bumped to 9. We're going to see that.
Let's watch a replay of that last shot.
Yeah, watch the 9-ball. Look at that. Just bumps the 9, heads straight in after the 2. Now I can't remember what Can't remember what screen that's on. Here we go again. It's not that one either. I've totally forgotten where Friday Night 9 Ball is. Right, forget it. We'll just go back to the original screen. I only got that by accident the first time. I ain't going to rattle again here till we see the end of this. And I think the end is nigh for Sir Gresh. But he's in a decent enough tournament. He's in the money. He's come out richer than he was when he was in it. And that's what matters. So it's going to be Spectre Dawn and Bedhead in the final. Good luck to them both. And, well, good luck to Cobra in his next match. Good luck to Mr. Fox on the one-loss side. And it's thank you and good night to anybody who's still watching, because I am heading south, folks. I need to get the head down and get some hours in. So I will bid you good night. I don't know when the next match will. I think the next match will be tomorrow night, as a matter of fact. I'll worry about that tomorrow. And in the meantime, take care, folks. Thanks for your company. And I'll see you again at some point in the future. Take care.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.